Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the HIGH-5 podcast, HIGH-5 After Dark. I'm Malcolm from Malcolm&Mary, and today we're going to take a peek at some beautiful products off the shelves of HIGH-5. I'm joined with my coworkers and colleagues. As always, thank you for coming out and partying. And we're going to get started with you, Katie. What are we checking out tonight on the podcast?
I am checking out Watermelon Jealousy by Bondi Farms.
Gotcha.
So I'm excited because I was going to get this like last week. And I just ended up not getting it. So I'm like, it was destined for me to try it.
Yes.
So I'm pulling that off. I should have pre-opened it, but I did.
Yes. And that one is in the middle tier, coming in as a hybrid from Bondi for the first time, us using that strain.
So right away, it's pretty skunky.
Nice.
With like a hint of sweetness. But like super skunky, which I kind of really like, especially in like fruitier labeled strains.
Okay.
Specifically like pineapples and watermelons. So I am excited. It looks like this. There's about 4 buds in here, give or take.
Okay.
Little. I'm trying to get a bigger bud because these are kind of little. So we are getting some little guys in this batch.
Nice.
So, and they're pretty frosty, they're pretty dense, got a nice little squish factor.
Nice.
Yeah, they just smell pretty skunky. Yeah, so buds, they came pretty small and compact. Like, this is what's in my entire package.
Gotcha.
But I'm excited. I'm going to grind up all of them tonight because I'm going to smoke it out of a high hemp Dutch cream.
Nice.
Ooh.
Excellent.
So I'm going to go ahead and grind these up and start packing. But I am definitely excited just because I love anything with the name watermelon in it.
Gotcha.
Especially like stuff like watermelon Skittles. I don't know if this has Skittles in it. I don't think so. It doesn't have any cross strains on it, but we'll see. It even says that it's slightly sweet hybrid, so I'm excited for that.
Hell yeah. Okay. And once again, that's the Watermelon Jealousy coming out of Bondi. And that one, have you tried those hemp wraps before also?
Yes, these are my favorite hemp wraps. They give like a nice creamy taste. So it will affect the taste a little bit when I smoke because it is flavored. We don't have any plains right now, otherwise I would use a plain. But this is the one I mostly smoke, is the Dutch creams, just because it's kind of like an Irish cream Dutch or like an Irish, King Palm. It definitely has like that Irish taste to it. So it's just going to give a creamier taste to whatever I'm smoking.
Nice. Okay, hell yeah. Okay. Thank you, Katie. And we'll check back in with you in just a moment and see how that flower is treating you. And then, Emily, what are we trying tonight on the podcast?
A few things. We've been on an edible kick recently, so we've just been trying them. I think it's a great thing because, I mean, how many of us really go out of our way all the time to buy different type of edibles? I feel like when we do buy edibles, it's all the same. So it's a good way for us to be able to try a different product too. This first one, I already had a gummy of. It is the Lush CBN THC gummy. Yep, thank you, Malcolm. It's Cloudberry, is the flavor. It's a 5 milligrams of CBN to 10 THC, from my understanding. So the whole package is 50 milligrams of CBN and 100 milligrams of THC.
Yes.
But one serving, one gummy, is 5 milligrams to 10.
Yes.
Oh fuck, I forgot my motherfucking scissors. These are a bitch though. I struggled really hard the first time, and so I'm gonna maybe try a different way. Still using my teeth though, no matter what. I still go to my teeth. It's such a bad habit, but
it gets a job done.
Convenient, god damn it. Yeah. I will say the first time I had these, they were very, it's a lot of gummy, they're big, I feel like, and they have a lot of girth, they're really dense, they're not as soft as, some of the hot sugars,
right.
or sugar to the ones that we've just been having recently. But I mean, they're still really good. They leave an aftertaste that made me immediately go, where's my water? You know, like I wanted, I don't know if it was just like, because they were made with RSO, I think,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
That's what it was. I tasted that. I love and hate RSO at the same time for multiple reasons. Mostly love, but like the texture, if you're eating it straight up, that's hard. But I think it's brilliant to infuse it with gummies because it does hide the taste a bit more, but it also gets the job motherfucking done.
Yes.
I'm going to hold off on eating this until after I smoke because they are CBN gummies. The first one, I'm already kind of feeling like light tingles in my body. I took it when I got home, which I don't even know what time it is, just barely after. Probably around like 11:40. So it's been about, 30 minutes or so almost. I am excited though, because I do truly believe this is my first ever CBN gummy.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to it. I'm also going to pop one of these swell mints. They're just 5 milligram little mints. They come in a pack of 20. They're Indica, Peppermint. Whew. They got a ton of different flavors and a little tapey thing on the side, so don't get bamboozled like I did.
Yeah.
So, and then for flour, I'm trying the Mama J's Katsu Bubba. I got this in my sample bag and I opened it already, but I forgot I didn't put the lid back on completely. Like just now, I just opened it. And then I went to pick it up and the lid almost came off, but I could get a whiff of like smell. It's potent. It smells so good. It's Bubba Kush Pheno. It says to be very leaning on the indica side. And look at this. My camera's not gonna do it justice. Hold on. Honestly, I'm trying so freaking hard, Katie. I got my flashlight on this motherfucker. That's not working. That's not working. Hey, can you kind of see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's better without my fucking flashlight.
It does look good though. That does look great.
Like, that's freaking huge.
Yes.
Look at all those little cones. And then the other nug in here too is also just beautiful. Very, very colorful. Beautiful little dippy top.
Yes. That's a great sample.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I would say smell-wise, it smells like onion, but also like, oh gosh, it's sticky. A little bit like oniony, so I kind of get like little hints of GMO, but not like as heavy, just like a little subtleness. It's also has a little bit of a sweetness, but no, that's diesely. Fuck the sweetness. That's not sweet. That's like super gassy. Very cushy. I love that. I love it, love it, love it. I'm smoking it not out of my own piece today, but my boyfriend's, because I have a bowl loaded in mine from earlier today. I did not want to clear it, so but his was clean. So I'm stealing it.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna grind this sucker up and then smoke it, and we'll get back to you.
Okay, yes, definitely check back in with that Katsu Bubba. Hopefully we get to see that back in the shelves. Mama J's been doing a nice rotation.
Yes, they really have been doing a good
stuff.
job. Although I will say, when y'all took your pre-rolls down from 2 gram to 1 gram, yeah, it made a lot of people disappointed.
Yeah.
Just saying.
100%. We do want that back. Thank you, Emily. And then this is, I'm also doing the Lush today in the Cloudberry. Now, there's a lot of information on this package. And I'm going to try and read, a majority of it. But like, they're gluten-free, small batch, they're vegan, RSO powered. They're a product of Vertilo or Vertilux. And literally, like, this is the front. That back is like essay. Straight up Star Wars essay. And it says, new to Lush, They do have the same kind of bag as Fat Panda, where it's like the split and then you kind of pull and open in the middle, which is a little unique and annoying at the same time. And then it says, try a half serving first to get an idea of the effects. Lush can take anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours to fully kick in. So give it time to take effect. Make sure you're in a comfortable, familiar setting, especially for your first time. Never drive or operate heavy machinery, X, Y, and Z. Indulge in the ultimate relaxing experience with CBN-infused Cloudberry Lush fruit jellies. Handcrafted from the best vegan ingredients and bursting with cloudberry flavor and a hint of chamomile, these sumptuous treats not only satisfy your sweet tooth, but also envelop you in tranquility. This jelly offers a perfect blend of taste and relief, ideal for those seeking a peaceful moment or a better night's sleep. Take a bite and let your worries melt away. What is Cloudberry? Robust Camamemoris is a fruit-bearing plant native to northern Europe, Canada, Alaska, and Russia. It has long been a cherished fruit in the regions where it grows naturally as a high source of vitamin C. Cloudberries have a unique tart taste with a creamy texture and are often described as a mix between raspberries and cotton candy. Now, I just learned something new because I never knew that. I never even heard of a cloudberry before. Number one. And they are vegan. They're using pectin instead of gelatin, which I do believe gives it that denser texture, especially depending on what, fruit pectin they use. Most of the time it's apple, but you never know. But these are strain specific as well. And this strain is Monsterberry, that is an indica. So, we love that. We love when they list what strain is used. And then on an edible, they even let you know this is pesticide free, which is great. So they've given me more, information than most eighth jars and quarter jars, even try to give us. And then let's see. So this is what I'm trying to think of. Let's see. Now this is a little confusing though, because it gives you best by September 5th, 2024. And under it, it says, so ready, this is my thing. It says CBN Cloudberry Lush. CBN produced by Green Brothers Farms. Pesticides used none. Processed by Green Brothers Farms. Gives you a lot number. And then it says THC produced by Free Rain Farms. And then they give you a lot number and it says pesticides trifecta. So that's I don't really know what the fuck. So now I'm gonna assume that there's pesticides. That's very confusing. But I'm guessing they're getting the ingredients from different sources, which is fine. Like you're getting your CBN from here and your THC from here, which just seems like it's a little bit all over the place. But anyways, interesting. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else in here. But nevertheless, experience-wise, I also agree a pain in the ass to get open. As far as a flavor profile, they actually described it really, really well. I would say that this has definitely got some raspberry notes to it. It's a little bit, sweet on the cotton candy side. As far as texture, I should get into the weed flavor. As far as the weed flavor, it's about like a 3 out of 10. I didn't really get too much of the weed flavor as far as ours, so it actually hit it really, really well.
I should say I'm really sensitive as well, so.
Yes. And also, I'm still getting over my yaya, so that could also, definitely hinder my palate. But this it was definitely a longer experience in the mouth as opposed to most gummies for sure. I wouldn't say it's as long as Swell because that's more like a taffy or that kind of Starburst. Definitely super firm, even though they're much smaller. I think that these are very similar as far as the amount of bites per time, but effects wise and on the flavor, honestly, it's decent. I'll give it like a 6 out of 10. It's nothing too crazy, but as far as the effects, I'm yawning. I'm tired. I'm fucking tired, and I feel very, very drained. I definitely feel drained. I feel in the mood to go lay down. Nothing else. I feel like putting something on and literally collapsing. Not even a movie. It's too much work to even look for a movie right now. I'm putting on the latest soccer game and I'm falling asleep within the next 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So of putting that on. So this is definitely giving me that CBN. Immediately, if you have any plans on, having to do something and you want to sleep before it, or like if you're in a car for a long time, whatever, what have you, I think this would be amazing. You know what I'm saying? If you're not driving. But I think if you're just riding passenger, riding shotgun, and you're taking turns, you know what I'm saying, on a road trip or something like that, this is the day when you don't drive. I feel like this would be great. And I really like the pack. I love this package. I don't know why I like it so much. This is a beautiful little image on the front side as well. There's a lot going on. But it draws my attention. I think it's really, really cool. Also, big shout out to the Boysenberry Wild that are new.
That is so cool.
Yes.
Love that.
Yes, I'm happy to have them in, and I'm glad that they brought samples and the actual product. Yes. Big shout out on bringing a sample of something that we can also sell. I don't know how many times we get shit and it's like, oh, this is so good, we should have this here, and we don't even get a chance to get it and sell it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Too
many freaking times.
And big shout out to Komara, but we need that watermelon. Why do they get the watermelon and we don't get the watermelon? That blows my mind. Also, I still think there's a mint one floating around somewhere in Washington as well.
I was told there was a lime 2B.
See? And it's like I would love to get our hands on some of these. Our customers, get rid of the grapefruit. Burn it.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of people that get the grapefruit.
Burn it. You know what I'm saying?
I've never even got it. I haven't tried it. I'm not willing to get a full 8 ounces or 7 ounces of a grapefruit.
Not even if it's as cheap as it is.
No.
Get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get rid of it at this point. There's so much that people want, but nevertheless. Also, the next time they come in, can somebody let them know? Can somebody tell them to their face? These don't sell that well. Can we please have some other flavors? Because closed mouth doesn't get fed. And y'all know I'd be the first person to do it, but I never see them because I'm never there. But nevertheless.
I interacted with them just when they did the delivery the other day. So
yes.
I'll try to catch them the next delivery.
Thank you. But nevertheless, these as far as Lush goes, I'm really pleasantly surprised. Do I think that this is on the level of Good Tide? I don't know yet because got to see how this progresses. But amount. So I tried 2 so far. I'm also trying not to go too crazy. Just because I am already tired and I literally have to get up so early tomorrow. I can't be groggy. I can't be drowsy. I need to get to it. But nevertheless, we'll see. This is doing but with that being said, this is doing exactly what I need it to do. And I think for the price range that it's in with the Smokies and the Wild, I actually think it's a little bit less than them. This is like money. This is really, really nice so far. Might do a different, I might do a different flavor. Like if I'm being like so picky, I might not do this Cloudberry as a CBN. But the fact that it's strain specific and RSO, more than enough. More than pleasant enough. I can't tell you how many indica dominant edibles I had, and I'm like, this is kind of, revving me up, or this doesn't feel so drowsy. Like, for instance, when it's CBN and they don't list what they use in it. It's like, this is CBN, but is this a blend? Is this a blend of indica dominant hybrids? Or do indica dominant hybrids, are they high in CBN? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many questions that are at, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, this is
they
like.
are transparent.
Well, I literally was just saying this in the other episode the other day is, I can't tell you I've been on the airplane, pop shit, and then I'd be pissed if I didn't fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? And you label it as an indica. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, enough rambling. Katie, how are you feeling so far off of that hemp wrap?
Not bad. I was coughing in the first half, but now I'm not in the second half, so I think that was my packing skills and not the weed. The watermelon jealousy works really well with the cream wrap, honestly. Nice. You get that really skunky and sweetness mixed in with it can be heavy on the Irish cream, but it's not so strong that it's like overpowering your strains. A lot of the time you can have that in a head wrap, and these are specifically the cones.
Nice.
These are like all vegan, artisanal, tobacco free, so no tobacco in them.
Okay.
Period. All hemp. Some of the wraps do come with CBD in them, which is one of my favorite little fun facts because a lot of people who buy them actually don't even know that. But there are some that do come specifically with CBD. I don't think the cones do.
Okay.
Because mine doesn't say anything. It just says the Dutch stuff. But anyways, it tastes really good. Halfway through, I'm feeling the effects. I'm feeling it on my forehead. So it just says that it's a slightly sweet hybrid.
Okay.
But it doesn't say which kind of way that is leaning. I'm assuming it's a sativa, just based on the way it's hitting my face. And usually I get hit in the face with sativas. Like it usually starts right in my T-zone or near my temples or between my eyes, kind of a way. And that's kind of how it's slightly kind of going over the forehead. So I'm assuming watermelon jealousy is a sativa hybrid, just because the way it feels. It's given me cotton mouth a little bit so far.
Nice.
But I'm not hating it. I feel kind of vibey, chill. I'm still a little sleepy, but I was sleepy beforehand, so I feel a little less sleepy. Not like revved up or elevated, but I feel, chill. Like I feel like vibing. So.
Okay. Would you consider this more of a head high or a body high?
At the moment, head, because I'm only feeling it the head. I'm not really feeling it anywhere else significantly.
Okay.
Like maybe my shoulders.
Okay.
Maybe my legs.
But not enough to beat out the head for sure.
Yeah, I'm just feeling it right here.
Okay. And then on the potency side, how potent would you say this is out of 10 so far?
At the moment, being a little over halfway through, actually I think I'm close to reaching the end of this. I think that's the top of the tip.
Nice.
So far, not incredibly potent. Okay. Maybe if I'm to do on a scale of 1 to 10 at the moment, like a 6. Like, okay. I feel like a 5 is like, yeah, I know I'm feeling something, but I don't really feel anything.
Right.
And a 6 is like, I have some stoniness coming out here, so I'm gonna give it a 6, a strong 6.
Okay. And then as far as the flavor and how smooth it is, what would you rate those two things out of 10 if you had to?
That one's a little harder considering I think my packing played a role. Because the first half I coughed a lot. Like I even had to go get up and get my inhaler.
Right.
But the second half I'm taking several hits while we're talking and I have not coughed once. So I'm gonna give it like a 6.5, 7, just because I don't fully know. Just because halfway through we were coughing and halfway through we're not now.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna give it like a solid 7.
Okay.
So,
and on the flavor, what are you thinking?
Since the skunkiness and the sweetness is still coming through even through the creamy wrap, I'm gonna give it like an 8, a 9,
Nice.
Probably a 9.
Okay, hell yeah. Okay. And do you think watermelon fits the name of the strain as far as the flavor so far?
Maybe if I smoked it out of a pipe, I can give that a real official answer. Just because the cream is affecting taste. Because like I said, I would have done it in a plain if we had plains.
Gotcha.
But I feel like cream is so neutral of a flavor that it wouldn't affect it a crazy amount.
But you notice it,
Yeah, you notice the flavor. I wouldn't say it's like strong, like I could pick this up in a lineup and say this is a watermelon like flavory type of strain. But it's there. It's sweet. I would give it more of like a melony.
Okay.
Than watermelon.
Nice.
Same family, not quite the same fruit.
Right. Excellent. Okay, very fair. And that I genuinely, I have not tried that, but it sounds so spot on. Very, very seldom will you come across cannabis that smells like watermelon. Very seldom will you come across anything that smells like watermelon that's not artificial. Or God forbid it's been sprayed, with artificial shit before it's been processed. Because unfortunately, we live in a world and humans do dumb shit like that and ruin it for everybody.
Makes it more appealing.
Yes, yeah, and that's a shame. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody has time to be smoking that, and Mary Jane's beautiful on her own, and nobody needs to adorn her with anything else. You should just leave her be. But nevertheless, thank you, Katie. And also, I say that to say, I've come across strains where I'm like, is that apple? Is that, tangerine? Is that grape? And I'm like, probably melon, you know what I'm saying? Like, and melon's actually one of those, like, kind of bright but sour, but not quite apple. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many apple strains, yes, but sometimes you're 100% right. It comes across as melon. But nevertheless, very, very good. Thank you, Katie. And Emily, how are we feeling so far?
I'm going to be real. I'm fucking tired. I am 2 of the Lush gummies deep. A bowl and a half of that katsu baba. And then 2 mints, so 10 milligrams deep of the Indica Peppermint.
Nice.
So my body is feeling tingly and very relaxed, very calm. God, again, my back hurt today, so it feels nice to sit down, and I don't really have a ton of pain going on right now. And yeah, it feels nice. I'm yawning. I'm tired. I'm kind of in the same boat as you, Malcolm, and I feel bad because Katie, she's like, I'm trying to vibe, and we're like, we're trying to go to bed, like very opposite ends of the spectrum. But I really like it. That katsu baba was so stinky. Oh my god, I love it.
Nice.
Yeah, it tasted phenomenal. It was super smooth. I didn't cough, not once, from smoking out of the bowl. So, I love that. Love
Nice.
it. It might be the bong. My skull bong is quite small, and I don't think it bubbles quite as good or filters quite as good as like a standing upright piece, so I might have to invest in another piece, if we got a cool black one or something like that.
We know some guys and gals.
We know somebody.
Yes.
Hey. But yeah, I'm still the same. I still feel, giggly and calm and happy. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm ready to go party, but like, this is fun. I'm excited to go to bed though. So like, yeah.
Okay. And on the katsu baba, what would you give if it was stinky? But what would you give the flavor? What do you think?
Still that kind of like skunkiness though.
Okay.
I would say I still got a lot of that like gas, and a little bit of the earthy mushroom. Not really mushroom, but like more onion. That
Gotcha.
still kind of like funk to it. And I really liked it.
Yeah.
It's pretty much how I like my weed to taste. So
nice.
I should probably look more into like the terpene profile exactly of this. So, because I really love the flavor.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, hell yeah. And that is the Katsu Baba Mama J's would be in the middle tier. Honestly, it'll probably come back out. Even if it's not in flower or it's in pre-roll, it'll definitely come back. That's one of their staples for sure. Okay. Thank you, Emily. Big shout out to Mama J's again. And that sample, once again, that's a great sample.
It's beautiful.
It's a great sample.
I did grind up that entire smaller mug. I didn't quite touch the big one. I'm not ready to break that one. So pretty. But my grinder is like full. And and I smoked a bowl and a half. I still have a pretty good, decent amount left, so I'm quite happy with it.
Nice. Okay. Thank you, Emily. And
I
then
do like how they look. They're
fair.
all tired in my croissants. That's how I feel.
And on the same yaya.
Yeah, I'm surprised. They've been extra needy tonight. I think it's the we had a thunderstorm up here. Well, I guess while we were at work, and so they normally do okay with loud noises. I just think they're being little babies.
Hey.
Like really fireworks. They'll be out during 4th of July with me, and nothing phases them. Like those big ones that go off. I can't quite remember what they're called, but they'll look up, and be like, okay, and then they'll keep going. It's quite impressive.
I love
Considering
that.
how much CBD we sell during the 4th of July, that is impressive.
I know.
Yeah.
Also, don't plan ahead if you are going to give your dog
Yes.
CBD for the 4th of July.
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Please plan ahead.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
remember covering breaks on, over in glass, and a crazy amount of people just rushing in for CBD for their dogs last minute, and this was crazy.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest things I think we sell, other than like nicotine and obviously bonds and kratom, is CBD for pets. There's a lot of people who do
And
it.
if it's not something your animal has took before, give them a little bit,
Right.
see how they do, and then monitor them. And so when it comes to the day of, you feel more comfortable and you know how they're going to respond and what to prepare for. There's things that you can do to make the experience better for you and your pet. This one does not respond to CBD at all. What really tires her out is activity, unfortunately. CBD does nothing.
A good rule of thumb is 5 milligrams per 25 pounds.
Yeah.
And that's
Yes.
kind of what's listed on most of the packaging too.
Yes.
So like if you have a 50-pound dog, maybe give them 1 or 2.
Right.
Yeah.
And see how they.
Is it Healthy Roots? Is the one?
Yeah. Healthy Roots, Num Nums, and then we also sell the R&Rs, and I kind of give the same kind of like. I believe the R&R is 5 milligrams as well.
Yeah.
So I
There
try
was
kind of
a bone biscuit that was like 10 milligrams.
Yeah, the Bobos.
Yeah, and then here's the question: can you give your dog too much CBD?
So I've always been told yes and no. If your dog gets like really dizzy and sick, that's your too much. Can they die from too much CBD? I don't believe so. I don't think so at all. But please take your dog to the vet if they're acting funny or reacting funny to CBD.
Yeah.
That's super important.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That's why I said monitor them.
Yes.
See how they do.
Yes. And also to that note, we use it on the holidays for people who are like, oh, I know it's going to be this, so I want to get this for my dog. Just like Emily said, monitor them. Don't give them CBD and then be like, okay, I'm going to the party, and leave your dogs at home. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Because there's people that are going to try and do that. Young adults who want to party and do whatever and think it's okay to, oh, I'm just going to the barbecue real quick. I'll be right back. You know what I'm saying? And then you're out for 2 and 3 hours and left them now alone and feeling out of the ordinary, you know what I'm saying, for their dog. Dogs have separation anxiety as it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you thinking that you're curing, any type of anxiety, you could also just be making it worse. Imagine if somebody left you and you had separation anxiety, but they just put you on a tab of acid and let you yaya. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, very, very fair. Okay, thank you, Emily. And we're going to check in with this scale of 1 through 10. Would you recommend? These CBNs, I have gotten more and more and more tired. My eyes are like they barely want to participate. I feel like it is a chore right now to stay up. It is a chore right now to stay focused. I feel like when I was in class after, what this feels like? when I was in high school, like middle school, and like when you have the period after lunch, and
Oh
it's
my
just like
god.
it's the work, it's torture. You know what I'm saying? Because all you want to do is go to sleep. All my hormones are all over the place.
I
I'm
have
growing.
napped.
Same. And I look, that was my worst class, and the teachers used to pick
Pretty
on.
sure I almost failed because I just was so tired.
Tired, man. It's no joke. And the thing is, it's like I'm a good student. Like I wanted to like do well. Like and math was my hardest subject. You know what I'm saying in school. And like
I was good at literally everything else.
yes, my mom, and it's a shame because your teachers like always calling, always. Your son, he's a good kid, but he's just always asleep, and he's, is he okay? Is he, so they were asking like, is it drugs? You know what I'm saying? Whatever, like. They had my mom thinking all types of shit, and it's just like, no, I literally came from lunch, like, and then it was funny because like the next class, like I'm wide awake, like after that, I'm buzzing, I'm like energetic Malcolm all over the place, can't shut up, you know what I'm saying? So like one teacher's calling this boy can't stay awake, next teacher calling, this boy don't shut up, he's everywhere, you know what I'm saying? My mom was like, well, which one is it? Like, are you narcoleptic or are you like, spastic? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you just gotta find that balance and that medium, but nevertheless, what I needed was gym after lunch. But this makes me feel like that. This makes me feel like, what? How can I do less? If I can do less, sign me up. Which is great because it means it's doing its job. Once again, this is the CBN Cloudberry. All things considered, on a scale of 1 through 10, if I had to rate this. And I'm going to say this first. Would I recommend these? Sure. I would recommend these in particular for a drowsy experience. Now, on a scale of 1 through 10, I'm still going to give this a very solid 7 out of 10. This doesn't break the 8 out of 10 barrier. I don't think this is anywhere near a 9 out of 10 just because of the texture, just because of, it being, actually I'll give it a 7.5 because they're vegan and gluten-free. And they list the, the specifics. I will give that. The pesticides on the packaging, that kind of pisses me off. But
That's a little confusing.
It's very confusing. To say pesticides none and then to say pesticides trifecta. And I don't even know what trifecta is. I'm guessing it's like a neem oil spray or, with 3 different, types of pesticides in it. But nevertheless, it is what it is. But I think that this overall is a 7.5 out of 10. And as far as the other competing CBN things in the case, I'll be straight up. The Jamberries don't really make me tired. Like those smoky, like I went on vacation with those so many times. I pop those whenever and I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm straight up chilling. I'm like out and about, doing whatever, drinking alcohol, like, and that's before the alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like I might as well drink alcohol because this hasn't done enough, and I feel that way with the Jamberry a lot.
Interesting. I had someone tell me that the other day, and I was like, huh. I was like, how many did you take? And she was like, all of them. She was like, I just got really high.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I was fucking dead.
Yes, they work, but it's just not drowsy. When you say CBN, I'm expecting this. I mean, or Good Tide,
Yeah. And then I had another lady tell me that. So now I'm like really second guessing it. So, and then you fucking mentioned it. So now I'm like, it's gotta be.
Yeah, and it's not that the flavor is not good. And now, but with that being said, the flavor of the Jamberry is better than this. I do like that flavor more, but now that's preference. You know what I'm saying? That's all preference. But as far as
chocolate CBN now.
Yes, 420 Minis also has theirs as well. Which I'm definitely gonna do some of the chocolates as well because although the summer's coming and chocolates can be a finicky kind of thing as far as travel, but or for wherever, but chocolates I feel like might metabolize different with cannabinoids as far as gummies do. And although I like the way gummies treat me, we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see. But once again, this is a 7.5 out of 10 in the Lush. And yeah, I would recommend, especially if somebody's like, these smokies aren't working, or these, what the fuck is another one? The hot sugars aren't working. Even though we know that's not the case. Big shout out to hot sugar. But Katie, what are we thinking on that scale of 1 through 10?
Like, I feel like I could smoke another gram, maybe 2.
Really? Okay.
I love that.
I feel fairly sober. I feel like there's a little bit something there, but it's not enough. Like, I felt like my peak was very short.
Yes.
Very short-lived.
Yes. It's funny when you were smoking and you were like, I'm kind of halfway. I was going to say, and that's why I asked you how was the potency, because I can hear it in your voice. I'm like, they don't really seem like under a big influence. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. You've seen me high as hell on this podcast.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I feel sober. I feel like I could be at work right now and be functioning, or I could be at a party and be functioning. Like, maybe if I had maybe some social anxiety, because I do feel a little chatty.
Okay.
Like, maybe if I, needed to be somewhere to be social, would be probably good, because I feel very functional. I feel very awake. I feel very, like, maybe that's the sativa part of this. Maybe it's waking me up. Maybe it's just, but sometimes, I guess when I want, for me personally, a sativa experience, I want to feel it cerebrally. Like,
Right.
especially if it's a hybrid, I want to feel my body feel good. I want to feel awake. I do want to feel, but I want to feel elevated. I want to feel high.
Right.
And I smoked this whole gram. Like, my grinder's empty. I put the whole thing.
Whoa.
Yeah, like, my grinder's for the most part empty. I mean, there's like scraps, but
Right.
maybe enough for a small snapper. But I don't know. I'm not stoned, and if I did slow down my roll on smoking, because I know my tea. I've been taking a tea break here soon, and I have slowed my roll down.
Okay. Now, when you take your tea break, are you going to substitute it with any other cannabis products other than smoking? Or are you just going to go for the cold turkey, give it like a week or 2 weeks, and then see what happens?
Considering I use cannabis medically, I mean recreation and medically, I will be substituting most of my use with CBD or a mix of THC and CBD products. I know over at the supply we have lots of different oils, tinctures, what have you, that I plan on experimenting with, as well as maybe getting strains that are high in CBD.
Oh, you can do more of the CBD products like the Volcana. We have a lot of really great pre-rolls right now. I
Yep.
was going through them with a customer and was like, wow, we got a lot of really great options.
Yep.
Well, on Sunday, if you see something you want me to try, I'm down.
Absolutely.
Because I'm cutting down a lot. Like, I'm trying to microdose for the most part. Smoking like a little in the morning and then a little in the evening. So I have like reduced my consumption. I'm not doing as many dabs. I'm doing a lot more flour.
Nice.
So I'm substituting a lot of it, but I don't think this has anything to do with my tolerance, though.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, and it very well could be a mild strain for you. 100%. 100%. Okay, very fair. And also, that one's a watermelon jealousy from Bondi, in the middle tier. And speaking of the CBD and the pre-rolls and the joints, big shout out to Adrian. We've done so many CBG, CBC, CBD joints, when Adrian was on. And I definitely will throw a couple more on as well this Sunday, just to take a peek, as well as get some of the chocolate edibles for sure. Big shout out. And thank you, Katie. And Katie, because you thought you were safe, favorite dish with heavy cream? Go. 5, 4.
Soups with heavy cream in them are amazing.
Great choice.
I love a good heavy cream soup. Or
Yes.
my dad makes one that's really, really good with like sausage and tomatoes and jalapenos. And
Oh my
Ooh.
god, that's great.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. And that sounds really fucking good. And big shout out to Nikki 2 times. This morning came around to the prep kitchen. This man was making, I shit you not, a hotel sheet pan. And I look, and it's got open face, wheat slices, pepper jack cheese, sharp cheddar cheese, and like the Parmesan that goes in the grits on each of these slices. I'm like, Nikki, what are you doing? And like at Jam during the week, the prep kitchen's not in use because we're not running the snacks, so we're not doing any appetizers, but it's only for the weekend. So they're just like making prep like grits and blueberry compote to like refill the actual line so that like, you know, they can have it whenever they need it. He's like, oh, making sandwiches for everybody. This man, out the kindness of his heart, made like 15 to 20 grilled cheeses and then made tomato soup from scratch. Literally from this morning, and I like this is brother. We talking 8:30 in the morning, and then ready by 9:15, 9:30, whatever.
Wow.
I was like, man, I don't even want to get into it. Big shout to Nikki 2 times. He genuinely almost made me cry this morning because, like, I've been eating and doing whatever, but like, as far as stick to your rib comfort food. Like, I've been under the weather. And, like, he did that, like, just kind of, like, as a joke, but also, like, out of his heart. Like, oh, I've never done anything like this before. Like, we have access to it. Like, we might as well do it. Like, at a restaurant, you just order what you have on the menu, and then, everybody just eats, their own thing. We customize it, of course, and do everything in the world, of course. I'm the most extra person when it comes to that, of course. You know what I'm saying? But it was just so sweet of him. It was very, 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 very sweet of him. Big shout to Nikki 2 times. He's an amazing person. And big shout to New Jersey as well. Teaneck and Rahway in North New Jersey. But, okay, very fair. Thank you, Katie. To say all that, amazing at that. It was so fucking good. I said all that to say that. That shit was bomb.
I love a good grilled cheese and tomato soup.
Bro, to the point where I laid on the floor. The dirty ass floor in this, it's called the saloon. The saloon is where it's like our break room. If you ever go and jam, when you walk down the hallway to go to the bathroom, there's like swinging doors, and it's like a tiny little fucking room the size of, it's smaller than my kitchen, and literally like we'll all be crammed in there eating food, chopping it up, shooting the shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Not doing our job. Big shout out to Miss Katie for coming in and always trying to catch me. But nevertheless, also big shout out to Miss Katie. Her birthday's coming up on the 6th. Big shout out to Miss Katie as well. Same birthday as my dad. And Jenna. Big shout out to Jenna. But nevertheless, Emily, thank you, Katie. What are we thinking so far on that scale of 1 through 10?
Katsuba gets a 10 out of 10. That's straight out of 10. That's what I like my weed to taste like, look like, smell like, feel like. Yeah, it was great. That was great. Great job, Mama Jace. That was fantastic. I'm really excited for this batch. So
nice.
Hopefully we get it on the shelves here fairly soon.
Gotcha.
For the gummy, I'm gonna have to say the same thing as you, Malcolm. Like a 7 for me. First of all, change the way you package.
Yes.
Just in general.
Yes.
It has like a little notch in there. I don't know how much more complicated it is in the process to include that. I can't imagine it's hard.
No.
So please, for the sake of my sanity, that'd be great. And my teeth. I'm sure my dentist hates it. And I know I'm not the only one with that bad habit. So you encouraging it. Anyway, so
we got to get you a pocket knife.
I know.
That's what you need.
I don't know about all that. That's kind of dangerous, ain't it? I'm kidding.
And also it's dangerous if you don't.
You're true.
Straight up.
Very fucking true. I would actually, true. I do need one.
Yes, you need one. Yes. Yeah. Everybody needs one.
True. I carry pepper spray and a little taser, but I could fucking use a pocket knife.
Yes.
Also, the mints were really good too.
Okay.
I like that they come in little 5 milligram, increments. It's
Yes.
really subtle, I don't know if I would fuck up a whole pack of mints to try to go to bed and get fucked up off 100 milligrams. Unless I was really just wanting to eat mints all day, then sure. But it's a great way to microdose,
Yes.
I would say a little bit throughout your day. Little nice subtleness, little nice, you don't taste the weed at all. At least not in the peppermint ones that I had. It was just peppermint, and it was really nice. They eventually got soft enough to just like chew into them. I'm a chewer, so. But I would give them. I only took 2, but I don't really know. I don't really actually. Let's see about some of this other. Does it say anything else about the oil processor? Is Vens Park, and the flower producer is Hash Dog.
Okay.
There is no CBD, CBG, or CBN. It was created November 10th of last year. It's good by May 10th of 2025, so next year. I almost said 2 years. Shit, I forgot we're in 24. Fuck. Maybe I am so fucking stoned. I mean, that's not a big I am. It is gluten and vegan and sugar free.
Nice.
That's just pretty cool. I was just I didn't really read that when I was taking it. So, and pesticide free. They said that in all caps.
Perfect.
And an exclamation mark. I love that. This gets a 10 for me.
Nice.
I love it. This is subtle. I don't expect you. Oh my god, look at my fucking dog. She's literally smiling. That's crazy. Anyways, 10. I wasn't expecting it. I've never had them before, so I really like them. I might actually consider getting them more frequently.
And they are very cheap, and you can use your discount.
And it is count.
Yes.
That book?
Yes. And another thing about the mints, if you are in close, I keep talking about airplanes and traveling, but when you are in close quarters and you pull out a random bag of treats and candy or whatever it is, sometimes, and when they are medicated, it does have a weed scent to it. Like, I know if I took out my Good Tides and popped open a Ziploc bag and it was just 20 Good Tides in that bag, it's going to smell like weed. You know what I'm saying? It's going to smell like weed. But you pop open some mints, no one's going to think twice. People are going to thank you. They're going to be like, oh my God, his breath, he's taking care of his breath and he's sitting this close to me. I love this guy. You know what I'm saying? While all along, you're just getting faded, trying to fall asleep and ignore everything around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just try to... Yes, you can't smell it. And it's very inconspicuous. So I like the concept of cannabis mints a lot. Because a mint, no one's going to think that that's weed. No one. Like a gummy, I'm going to think it's weed. Chocolate, I'm going to think it's weed. Like a hard candy, I'm going to think it's some form of medicated. Mints ain't nobody going to think it's medicated. And also, if you are going to go on a trip, take an Altoid case, dump them shits out, and dump those mints in there.
Literally just going to say, get a fucking Altoid case.
Yeah. Or any case you can find that's a mint. They'll never know. They'll never fucking... I'm not here to tell you how to break the law, but come on now.
I mean, in a hypothetical situation.
Well, yes.
Yeah, you don't want to take this with you. That's
Exactly. There's so many things, like I said, like the gummies, you can kind of pop them out and then, take them out the wrapper and put it in a Ziploc. But like, if you put that in a Ziploc bag, you're going to look weird. That's what like pills now, you know what I'm saying? And now it's even more risky, you know what I'm saying?
I was thinking that earlier. Yes. I was like, because I was gonna, when we divide it so that way you can try some, I was gonna put some in a Ziploc bag, and I was like, no, straight up, I don't want to get like pulled over or something. They're gonna be like, what is that? And then I have to be like, they're mints, and then they're like, why the fuck are they in a Ziploc bag?
Yeah.
And then, a whole story.
It would have been a thing.
Yes. Would have been a thing. Yes. It would have been a thing.
Also, what's the county that we're in? Clark County?
Clark County. Yeah.
Big shout out to Clark County Sheriff's Department, but also not a big shout out to Clark County Sheriff's Department. Get off the road. They're all over the place. Why are y'all all over, as of lately? Like the last 2 months, when I get off, they're everywhere. I've been there for 5 years. I've never seen them out this much. I don't know what they're doing, but I don't appreciate it. Please get off the road.
Let me live.
Yes. Man, I used to fly home. I used to be able to do my 100, and I have time to spare. I be going 55 the entire way now. I get home, it's 11:49. I'm like, fuck, like, hate this.
And I take most of the way, like the same way home for the most part.
Yeah.
Up until like we split off. And she said that I used to stress her out because she's like, girl, you give no fucks. You're right up fucking 55. And she was like ruthless, and you know, it made me think. I was like, no, I really do be testing my limits sometimes. So I'm like, I've slowed down a lot. So basically, she follows me up until we hit that split, and then her way of saying goodbye is she flashes her lights at me, and I turn on my emergency lights. It's sweet.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, but other than that, also, she fucking helped me fill up my tires today, so.
All right.
Fucking shout out to Noe.
Big shout out
She's
to
an
Noelle.
absolute angel. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
because I don't know what the fuck I was doing. My tire, Malcolm, when I tell you, I have such bad anxiety when it comes to my car, and I know that I need to maintain it, but it gives me anxiety because I don't really know how, and I feel like mechanics are gonna scam me.
No.
But I know so many great people that are so great with cars that are honest and genuine. I'm in the process. Okay, but it was so bad that one day I was driving to work and I'm about to turn left onto the freeway, and it's a split lane. Like, you can turn, there's two ways to turn left, or 2 lanes, and the car behind me goes into the lane next to me and is like, so I roll down my window, and he goes, your left passenger side tire is really low on air. Just thought I'd let you know.
Aww.
Like, thank you so much. Like, I appreciate that. I literally was like, is my tire about to come off? What the fuck? But
Hey.
it was fine.
Yes.
And no, it was great.
Yes,
So.
and that is an important thing to know as well. But this is my thing. You know amazing people, that's great.
Yep.
Emily, you want to be independent.
You
have
she
the
taught me how to do it.
Yes, but also, even if Noelle wasn't there, you have the information at your fingertips of the world. Use your phone. You gotta use your phone. Yes, you got this. You got this. Use your resources. Yes. And Noelle is a resource. Your people are your resources as well. Do not get that twisted. You know, so you did the right thing. But, yes. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you know what's funny is, like, my dad knows fucking jack shit about cars, so he's not one of those dads that's like, have you done this to it recently? Have you gotten this checked recently? My dad's like, I can call my friend. Like,
And that's also okay. And that's okay.
Yeah.
You know?
As someone with a father who does do that, it's not all it's correct. It's helpful.
Katie's like, I'm tired of that shit. Katie's like, I'd be tired of that shit. That's true. That's very true. Very true.
Especially I own the car I have now is his old car. So he's constantly asking me
he's
shit.
like, take care of it.
Yeah. He's up on it.
That was my grandpa's car before it was his car. So.
Oh my god,
man.
are you serious? Are you talking about the Subaru?
Yeah, 2004 Subaru. My grandfather bought it new.
That's
Okay.
sick.
Wow.
And then it was my grandmother's because he passed away.
Gotcha.
And then
R.I.P.
my mom got it because she passed away. And then it was my dad's. And that was mine.
Wow.
Legacy.
Subaru's upkeep.
Legacy.
Well, if you take care
Does
of
it-
that.
Doesn't Subaru make a car called Legacy? I don't know. I'm not a car person. I don't know. But
Actually, I don't know. I feel like I want to say no, but
that would be really funny if they did.
But they do have a Subaru Legacy.
Yes. I love. Okay, fair.
That's
But
so
that would be very funny though. For your birthday, I'm gonna buy you a Legacy. The Legacy little little stickers. That would be so funny.
Stop.
It'll say Forester Legacy underneath. That is great.
That is so funny.
That is classic. That is great. Okay, very fair. Thank you, Emily. And then, because you thought you were safe, Favorite dish with, let's see. Favorite dish with caramel. Go. 5, 4,
Ooh.
3, 2, 1. Go.
Oh, the caramel apple. That's like the first thing that's coming to me. But like a gourmet caramel apple.
Okay.
You know, like a real fancy one, and it's easier for me to cut them into slices and then eat them that way. But that's the first thing that came to my head. But there's plenty of desserts that I will fuck up that will have caramel in it. I just can't think of any of them right now.
Okay. Do you like the caramel apple room temperature, or do you like them cold?
That like happy medium. You know, I like it when you're out of the fridge and they're like kind of getting to that room temperature, but they're not quite there yet.
Right.
So that's kind of like my sweet spot. I'll do it either way, but I think I prefer it a little bit more on the colder side.
Gotcha.
It's easier for me to chew.
Yes, and less messy.
And less messy.
Yes, I feel like when you pick a caramel, like when they're, well, really this is more when they're whole. But when you're whole and that's just coming off the thing, it's like, where did the, like, this is barely caramel on here anymore. You know, it's on the plate, and now you're trying to sop it up off the plate. Anyways, yes. I don't miss that. I don't miss that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the caramel dips. I like when people make like an apple caramel dip, and you can like dip it and like have different toppings. You can like dip that in. Sick.
That is fun.
Love a good Halloween party with that.
We need to do that in the summer just because. Why not?
You know, Summerween is a real thing.
Summerween.
And I celebrate it, Malcolm. I celebrate it. It's fantastic.
Summerween.
It's my birthday, let's be real. So
And that is great.
My birthday is July 3rd, and I'd much rather celebrate Summerween than July 4th.
Fair.
Summerween.
Wow.
Party.
Summerween. That is a vibe.
Summerween party.
That is a vibe.
I literally have an inflatable coffin cooler. I will throw that in with ice and drinks.
I love that. I love that. So I can't get over Summerween. I've never heard of that in my life.
Oh my god.
Summer.
Watermelons like jack-o'-lanterns. They're great.
I'm down for that.
You can make mozzarella and little skull. I have the silicone molds. You make mozzarella, you press them in there, and they form to the shape of the skull, and you pop it. You can make like a pasta, like a cold pasta salad. Little mozzarella bits in there.
That would be so, or like little bruschetta, you know, little Halloween bruschetta.
That would be perfect.
That would be cute. That would be so cute.
Really fun stuff. I also love, I make stuffed bell peppers, but I carve the orange bell peppers to look like jack-o'-lanterns. So they look like little jack-o'-lanterns, and they're so great. Then you can grill them, you can put them in the oven, but they're really tasty.
That sounds incredible. And also, speaking of bell peppers, the orange ones, I know Easter's around the corner. Who celebrates Easter? Not myself. Big shout out to all those that do. Big shout out to all that don't, you know, whatever it is. But I saw something on Food Network. They took a bell pepper, quartered it the tall way, took skewers, stuck the skewers through twice in that like one like piece of bell pepper like this, so that it's kind of like curled a little bit, and then roasted them off in the oven for probably about 35-40 minutes, so that they like start to like wilt a little bit and like get a little bit more of like a rounded shape. Then they like cut little tiny slits in the top of the bell pepper, and when they take the things out, they like slid like cilantro sprigs in the top, and they look like carrots, and it's so cute. It was so cute, and I was like, now that's cute. Like, that is very creative, very clever, and like they put it on top of like, I can't remember what it was, like a shepherd's pie or something like that, you know, and it just like adorned it, you know, but really, really cute. But nevertheless, enough of the cuteness. It seems as though this has brought us to a close. Thank you, Emily. I want to give a big shout out to everybody smoking weed and enjoying Mary Jane and rocking and rolling and going to High-5. Thank you to all of our customers. Today was a very, very, very good day. Today was a very good day. And it's funny, there's so many days where we're like, oh man, I can't believe, X, Y, and Z, or X, Y, and Z, this, X, Y, and Z, that, as far as, the amount of how many people come in, how busy it is, what the tip share is like, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? For every day that's not so great, I swear to God, High-5 returns and pays you back with days that are really, really, really good. So I never want our customers to think that we don't appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? We genuinely appreciate y'all. And even if it was $15 at the end of my day, I'd be honestly happy. Like, you sell weed for a living. It's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate the custies as always. As always, as always.
Shout out to y'all the best.
Yes. And sometimes they're not, but a lot of the times they are. Yeah. So hey, but big
not shout out to them.
Unshout out to him. Yes. Unshout out to him.
Shout out for that.
Oh man. Every day, people are crazy. But yes, it seems as though this has done it. Everyone, thank you to the coworkers and colleagues, Katie, Emily, we appreciate y'all. And remember to say hi and humble, everybody. We'll see y'all next time. Peace. Have a good one, y'all.